And I want to begin this morning by congratulating the International Association of Firefighters for this lobbying effort that you make every year. It is professional, it is focused, it is relevant, it is persuasive, it is very well done. And of all the lobbying efforts I've seen on the Hill since 1974 when I arrived here, yours is one of the best, and you need to keep at it. Secondly, let me offer a big pan-Canadian community thank you to all the professional firefighters in our country for all that you do to support and build your communities quite apart from your line of duty. Just last Friday morning, for example, I was at a big community breakfast in Regina to raise money for the Kids Help Phone Network across Canada. And on the front line, helping to organize that event from beginning to end, were members of the Regina Fire Department. They didn't have to be there at 7 o'clock in the morning, like everyone else. They were volunteers. They came out to work at a breakfast because they recognized a community need. Kids in trouble, needing a little help. And they wanted to be part of the solution. You and your firefighter colleagues, over 22,000 across Canada, do a lot of good work like that, unsung work like that, and it is good to have a chance from time to time to say thank you. People's lives depend on how well you do your jobs, and public expectations are high. I also believe that public willingness to respond to the issues that you keep raising is equally high. A national public safety officer benefit to help compensate the families of those killed or permanently disabled in the line of duty. A national first-tier priority access to vaccines and other drugs for first responders when the country is facing broad-based emergencies like the H1N1 influenza pandemic a couple of years ago. And thirdly, a building code that properly takes into account first responder safety issues in building designs and materials. In my view, these are modest requests. They are made thoughtfully and rationally, and the Government of Canada should respond positively. Acting on issues like these would make the federal government more relevant and more meaningful in the lives of decent, hard-working Canadians. On behalf of the Liberal Party, I simply want to assure you that your issues, the three of them, and we've read the brief very carefully, your issues are our issues, and we will work to support them in every way that we can. The vaccine and drug issue, to me, is just common sense. That should have been evident in the H1N1 close call a couple of years ago. But the answer that you get back from the Federal Health Department is that the establishment of these priorities for getting the vaccines and drugs in the midst of health emergencies is somehow just a provincial responsibility. Even though there are national guidelines, and even though those guidelines say that the federal government expects the provinces to follow the national guidelines, it's somehow just a provincial responsibility. Well, that sounds like buck passing, and it is a dereliction of duty. We believe your concerns need to be officially and thoroughly examined in time for that next revision to the building code in 2015. And that needs to be done on a transparent and collaborative basis, where you are given the opportunity to present your case, and whoever may have an opposing view or a contrary opinion would have the opportunity to come forward and state their point of view, and you would know the point that you're discussing. But the way this issue has been treated up till now, you just get a blank no. And that is just not the right way to make public policy in our country. Let me just close by welcoming all of you to your conference, the legislative conference in Ottawa today. As I said at the beginning, You have a reputation now for 19 years of having one of the most successful efforts of this kind put on by any organization in this country. I hope that you will be very successful in the work you're doing over the next 2 or 3 days. The Liberal Party will be happy to work with you to try our very best to achieve all 3 of your eminently sensible goals. Thank you very much.